Hey guys, and welcome back to another Hearts of Iron 4 video. Unfortunately, we once again can't continue the series because Black Ice, the mod that I've been using, has been updated to use man the guns and 1.7.1 before it used 1.6. So, certainly a lot better. Now I asked around a bit, and a lot of people recommended a few countries, but people again wanted me to see if we can do and actually have a positive result. Now, once again, I'm going to do this, but they rebalanced it, so I don't have to mess with those anymore. But war goals, I'm going to do always free because I don't care. Lend-Lease is going to be free, volunteers free. So that makes more sense to me. Kills free, allowed, normal, enabled. Now what I'm going to change, none of those can be changed yet. Okay, I'm going to enable this country-specific tech trees. It allows everyone to use their own things. Oh, that sounds horrible. I think we'll just do regular. Why would you add an entirely new difficulty? Why is the screen shaking? Loading graphics. That's what I'm sitting here for. My life got no purpose. Okay, great. Play. Okay. How many divisions do we have? 40 divisions and almost 600 battalions. Woo. Let's pay our MIFO bills. Like I did last time. Oh no, it's doing that funky glitch. Darn. Oops. Say, what's that? Why is there a tank in the cab? Oh, it's the... Oh, that's cool. I wonder how they did that. But, once again, just to kind of start off the game and customize everything I want, I'm going to open the console and give us 500 political power. Oops, that was 5,000. Well, it doesn't really matter. Political power has really no point in this game besides changing these, which you should probably be able to change anyways. And we want elite standards. And we want extensive officer oh wait, no, we want elite. Because this, even though it increases the training time, which makes it takes longer to train, it makes the troops better. Yeah, more organization, higher recovery rate. That's just a lot of stuff. Why does this guy look so angry? Why do they all look so angry? Is that like a requirement to be a politician? Okay. So, one thing we want to do is exactly like last time. Okay, nope, it's over here. Ouch, the lag. We want to set up the SS. As usual. Game's still rushing to catch up with me. Probably lag for the first couple of minutes, but I'm not too. Okay. One of the things that I want in particular is going to be paratrooper equipment. Because you want Fallschirmjäger. German paratroopers. Okay, that's already most of the way reached out. quality control. You want dispersed industry as Germany because you tend to get bombed pretty brutally. Excavation 1 is also really good to have. And there ain't much we can do for synthetics right now. Because we've got to keep our fuel stores up. The rest of my research slots I think I'll spend on nuclear energy. And probably experimental rockets because it only takes 87 days. Let's go! Okay, let's see. The further out you zoomed, faster it tends to work. Okay, whatever's happening, it's moving very, very slow, as you can see in the upper right corner. Really rather only players make demands. Pick against, we had that last time. Of course I want to form that brigade. SS has been set up. So we want the youth law next. It helps quite a bit. And the further you move down this, Hitler Youth Auxiliary and then Hitler Youth Military Reserves, it starts to boost your recruitable population. And even though they're not the best, they're only children, they're still extra soldiers and they can be used to fill lines in the gap once things are really, really bad. Got almost 70 million people. Now, one thing we have that's interesting is the Make Demands mod. Meaning I can demand this and they'll probably just give it to me. And if they don't, I get a nice excuse to kill them. But I have almost no doubt that they're going to just hand it over. They don't care enough. Oh, they're already building up troops. That's probably not good. Let's move a couple of divisions over there just to be on the safe side. Nothing will likely. Oh, yep, they ceded it to me. I know. What did it have? Oh, it had a single civilian factory in level 2 airbase. A lot of infrastructure though. 8. That's interesting. No fort. Nothing too special. But hey, you get to exploit your influence over the Dutch. Next we'll probably take Swaziland and probably Copenhagen. Because we could pretty much demand their entire country away. You don't want to declare war on them, or else the UK gets angry and you have to go to war with the Allies. And even though France is not part of the Allies, it's really annoying. Ah. Form the LSSAH. An elite division that is very good at guarding things. 35 defense. Now that sounds terrible as, say, you know, my normal garrisons that are reserves. They have 57, but these guys, the LSSAH, they're highly elite even though there's only 1 battalion. How many men are in this battalion? This battalion alone has 1,100 soldiers, and it has the just pure fighting power of 1,000. Oh wait, that's, well, gee, that's sad. Huh. Okay, great. So we got, see, stability, fastest support, and political power gain. But when you moved in here, they give you extra troops. What's this? Okay, gotta wait. Wow, June 1936. Let's at 39 for a second. One thing we want is we want to re-enter the Rhineland really quickly, because right now, you know, they're not exactly ready to fight us, so they won't challenge us when we come back in. And it's really good because it hurts the French but helps us a lot, because it's no longer a demilitarized zone, and it adds production of 50 steel and 20 aluminum, and 50 all tons. Adds military factories. It's great for us, but for the French, minus 65, minus 65, minus 10, minus 15. That is terrible for the French, because right now are exporting. They're the biggest exporter of steel in the world, right behind the U.S. Now, if we take away most of that, they are nothing. See, 68, 204. Almost all of their steel. Okay, not almost all, but a good deal of their steel comes from there. That'll hurt their economy a lot. It means they won't be able to fight us in a war effectively. We, on the other hand, we need steel and aluminum to export, but we really need rubber and chromium. Good thing we have all these factories. Got 66 military factories alone. Czechoslovakia. Sometimes they put up a fight, but not usually. I think we're going to try to take Yugoslavia and Hungary, and maybe hand Yugoslavia over to Italy. But Italy doesn't want to join our faction because they have Mussolini mates, which is trashy for us. Oh, it's here. Mussolini waits. Joint faction him limit 150%. That's impossible, it only goes to 100%. And their desire to be in a faction is minus 1,000. Meaning the only way to get into our faction is for them to go down their focus tree and join the Axis. And one of the following has to be true. French Republic has capitulated. France has more than 30% surrender progress. After war, it's after the 1st or 1 a.m. on June 1st in 1940. Yeah, that's or. So that'd be nice. And it removes the necessary spirit Mussolini waits. After that, they're gonna go for claims on Yugoslavia or befriend. Sometimes they go for Italy first, but that is extremely rare. I've never seen it happen before. Yeah, they're already going for Ethiopian war logistics. I mean, a lot of what they're doing is very normal. You usually see it in this game, but oh no, we're back to already started. Now, one thing I want to do is go into construction, and I'm going to start constructing a bunch of fuel silos. Why? Well, we can't produce oil unless we can build a lot of synthetic factories. Now, synthetic factories require quite a bit of resources. Deciding to and that'll increase our stockpile lot. The maximum we can have right now is okay. There, towards the bottom, fuel stockpile capacity, 470.3 thousand. Now we can increase that by building fuel silos, which at 100k. What? Oh, by adding 100,000. Meaning we go from 470 to 570,000 instead of 470,000. So it would increase a lot. So we will definitely want to try that. I wonder what happens if you don't click this. You see. Actually, I think that's going to come in a future update, alternative history. But it's not here yet, so let's not do that. one of the main things that you want to do is try to build up as your army as much as you can in the early game. You also want your bracket to be pretty much the minimum there is, because while it increases organization, that's fun. Oh wait, no. Political power? Well, this one's political power, I don't care. But the reason I gave myself all that political power was to be able to customize these, because in the real world, political power is basically money. It wouldn't cost you money to appoint a general. Your generals, they already work for you. You don't just like put out an ad. Hey, anybody want to join the army? Maybe command the entire army? I don't know. Yeah, you don't do that. But I think I'm gonna fill out all these. One of the main things we're going to try is expanded special forces. Because oh wait, we don't have enough XP. But with expanded special forces, SS units, they count as special forces, and you can have a maximum of 56 battalions. But and not divisions. This little marker, that's a division. Every one of these, that's 3 battalions, meaning that every one of these takes 3 away from that. And let's see, how many are we using right now? We're using 0. Oh wait, they took that out. Okay, great. I love that. Oh no. Italy? Have you used chemical weapons? Yes, you have. That's why it gave me that. Okay. Just appoint an advisor. I don't like any of these guys. Better defender is sometimes good, but it increases the occupation cost. And unless we're actually being invaded, it doesn't matter. Fearmonger, it's really bad. Sure, you get more political power, but that doesn't really matter. And improved resistance maintain cost is increased, and so is resistance growth. The resistance is a pain with this mod. In base game, it just lowers these, meaning you get less resources when you have it under your control. But with this mod, there's parstons, and they'll start taking back their territory. And you're basically just giving the enemies 3 divisions, and you have to keep your forces behind the lines to try to put down that resistance. Meaning, if we have the XP, we build something like basically 1 militia unit, just to fight parstons. Utterly terrible, 1.2 soft attack. And it only takes 1,000 then, but the training time is 20. So, that's basically just train 10 of those divisions, so 10,000 available in our main power pool. So, it wouldn't really matter, and it would be able to put down any resistance that we encounter. One of the main things you want to do is, you know how a lot of these units are clumped in? Early game, nobody starts with paratroopers researched, and the AI doesn't go for it. So I researched it fast because, you know, all your units are in the middle, protecting your country. Now, if you move all your units to the edge in mid to late game, your enemy can land paratroopers, say in Frankfurt, take over Frankfurt, and grab a bunch of these cities and that airbase and fly in a bunch of troops. That would be bad. Well, or I have a cool tactic where I'll land paratroopers, a bunch of damage, 550 transports, get all the troopers on transports and just paratroop them back into my territory. Or, one thing that's really funny is you can keep doing it, and you paratroop them into another location, like, say, Hanover, then run here, half your troops, and you can keep springing around the country with just 1 division and cause massive havoc and damage. Because if you take something over, like the province is yours. Province is that highlighted part, not the big highlight, but the small highlighted part. And the people there will start resisting. There's no people there, and they'll start like sabotaging factories, which is pretty hilarious, and they'll just sabotage their country's own factories, so even though it's super easy for their country to take it back, because, you know, there's no soldiers, it's really easy to, if they agree to see them to me, I think we're going to be in tip-top shape. Well, they ceded that to me, even though they probably could have held for at least a little bit had they decided to fight me. Okay, off against squirrel. These are waves. Meaning, let's check my divisions. We got 47 divisions, but when I order this, hang on, something happens. I remember if we get an event. Oh wait, never mind. That's not the right one. Never mind. But I usually give you oh yeah, it's for against. Yes, form a brigade. I had 46 divisions. What? How did my army decrease from that? Oh, I think it merged too. Divisions. Yeah, it merged the 1, 2, and 3. Meaning went down. Give me SS-15. I can't train them, darn, because they're specialty ones. Oh, here they are. Wells. Okay. So these are the things that you want to get. Do you have the materials to train a wave? No, we do not. And the AI will start training troops immediately off the bat. That's a really bad idea. You want everything you can for the in the positives. I realize that some of you may not know what these symbols mean. So if it's this like a little depot, that's when it's being stockpiled. You already have some, and you're just adding more. These, that's when you're upgrading. You've researched something better, so you're building them now to replace old ones. This is replacement, like a reinforcement, and you basically don't have enough, and you're sending them to your troops the second they're off the production line. I don't think there's any others. And these are pretty basic. Infantry and artillery. Infantry guns, machine guns, cavalry equipment. Then there's tanks or armored vehicles. It also has a couple armored cars and tankettes. We're technically not tanks, but just little tiny, cute little tanks. Aircraft, self-explanatory. This is for man the guns. This is new. Naval repair. You have to spin ducks to repair troops. You used to just, or repair boats. You used to just automatically do it. And now it takes time, but you can build ships. I just realized we're not building any ships. Oh darn. Well, one thing we want is a lot of submarines. So, submarine time. Even though these have more production costs and they'll take longer to make, it's a good investment because, say if I made the cheapest, trashiest submarine we have, yeah, this one, Type B, what is this? It's cheaper, it's only 433 instead of 596. But the second that thing hits, I don't know, a piece of cardboard, it explodes instantaneously and you lose the ship forever. These things each can take a couple of hits, come back, get repaired, and I can send them back out again. Everybody's happy, boom, the end of the day. So this video is already approaching the 25-minute mark. And since nothing too important happens in the early game, I think I'm going to post the next video, skip a little bit ahead into the future, and I'll probably post it the same day, a little bit after, for you guys to watch. And that will probably, if nothing interesting happens, we're just going to skip to June 1st. Why did I want to go to June 1st? Oh yeah, we're gonna skip to June 1st so we can do this SS Jacob Bad Tools. And I'll just be playing the game kind of like I am now, just not explaining as many things. Because that's pretty much the basics. I'll explain a little more when we finally get into combat. By the way, you normally can't demand territory. That's from a map, not a map, a mod. So, if you want another mod, it's called Demand It. I also have cores and claims and a few other things. Going into this cores and claims allows me to get a core. If you don't know what a core is, right now I have this as a colony seat. So I'm not getting manpower for the willing to join my military. I'm taking a lot of penalties, less supplies, less resource gain efficiency. So, if I wanted to spend political power, I can make it a core state in 308 days. I can also make it a core state in 310 days. I'm gonna make these core states because that's about 3 million people. That's good. But, so I'll see you again. See you next time.